Good morning. Just a tip for the new guys here. If you're at all like me, you tend to want to get on the road in the morning when it's time to go to work, and sometimes you forget to do something before you take off, and you're up in fifth gear, you're hitting the ramp, and all of a sudden you think, geez, and then you've got to pull over because you've forgotten to do something. So you should actually have like a little checklist in your head of everything you've got to do before you take off and leave the truck stop in the morning. Of course, there's a very thorough vehicle check. Very important to do the vehicle check and take your time and do that properly. Can't stress that enough, because you'd rather find a problem when you're in the truck stop rather than on the side of the road. So that's very important. Something else you want to do is make sure you've got your logbook right up to date before you take off. And all sorts of guys will forget to do that, myself included. They'll get all excited and want to go in the morning, and they've forgotten to bring their logbook up to date. So bring your logbook up to date always before you take off in the morning. If there's anything in the cab that you're going to need to reach for through the day while you're driving, position that before you take off. Whether it's your cell phone or a road map or whatever, or your bottle of water that you want to get out of the fridge in the back and sit it beside you before you take off. Get yourself organized inside so you're not having to take your eyes off the wheel to reach for anything like a drink or anything like that. Have whatever you're going to need for the day right at your fingertips. I like to set everything on the passenger seat that I'm going to need. There's my logbook right there, for instance. So it's right there, and you're not having to pull over and hop into the back for your map or a bottle of water or something like that. Get all your ducks in a row and walk it through in your mind before you take off for the day, just to make sure you haven't forgotten anything, and it'll save you time and frustration from pulling over on the shoulder of the road because you forgot to dig out the map that you're going to need to find this customer or whatever. Just get your ducks in a row before you take off in the morning.